Trigger warning, crappy app alert. There is a crappy app that is coming up. If you cannot tolerate crappy apps, please leave right now. So anyways, I've been playing with tKinter. So tKinter is the Python framework that allows you to create GUI applications. And I think this is kind of cool. I've been creating kind of like a network troubleshooting app today. So we do Python 3 GUI.py. It takes a couple of seconds to boot up because it's doing some pinging. I need to optimize this. This is not optimized. I did tell you it's a crappy app. Anyways, so here we go. Look at our crappy app. So what this does is we are able to input different domains or IP addresses. Basically, it pings the domain or IP address and tells us if there is an issue. So imagine if you're using this for a troubleshooting procedure, you're setting up a network or you're having network problems. Imagine being able to plug in numerous IP addresses, and this thing will just constantly ping those IP addresses so that you know what's going on. So we have CNN up here, Taco Bell, Fox News, Apple.com, and Netflix, which keeps failing out for some reason. We go down here to show sites. Oops. Come on, there we go. We can go up here to show sites. This shows us all of the sites that are currently being scanned for. Yeah, I probably need to stop the service. So when it's pinging, it locks up. There we go. When it pings, it locks up. So let's save that. So we get rid of Netflix. So Netflix is now gone. And what else can we do? So we do CNN.com, TacoBell.com. Oh, let's just do like 192.168.1.1. I think we're on that network, right? So we can click save. And then I can move this thing over, and we can see that it is now pinging to 192.168.1.1, and we are getting a response. So if you're having like network connectivity issues, anything like that, this might be an interesting little tool for testing for that type of thing. The other thing that's important to think about with this is once we're able to get this type of text, we could save this into a data store, we could save this into a database or into a text file. We could save how often things are able to ping. So if we have like intermittent problems, right? So most of the time the things are up, but sometimes they're down. If you have this constantly pinging, you might be able to tell if you have some kind of intermittent problem, that type of deal. But anyways, the cool thing here, the cool part is we have a GUI application. We're able to open up another window. We're able to add configurations in this other window. Then our little app is actually able to send a command to the operating system. We're able to get the response from the operating system, parse that a little bit. See, we have a network issue here on Apple.com, and see what's going on. So this is all pretty simple code. So I don't know, how many lines of code is this? This is 67 lines of code. So we import tKinter, we import subprocess. That's what allows us to actually interact with the operating system. We create a window. We create the size of the window, 800 by 1200. We create a title for the window. Then we create a text box. Then we create a list for all of the different sites. We have the output box, so this is where everything is shown. We open up the sites.txt file, that's where all the sites are saved. If there's nothing in the sites file, it says no sites are configured, else it's going to do a 4x. It's going to ping every single site, and then we're going to grep the from. So we're going to ping once, and then we're going to grep from. So we're only going to take the line that actually says from in it. We're going to try the command response. So if this works, we're going to basically take that response as command response. If it doesn't work, we're going to make it network issue. We are then going to basically save this into that text box. We're going to pack the text box, and then we have here after. So basically this allows it to replay every 5 seconds. It will go through 5,000 milliseconds, 5 seconds. Then we have this output box that is this particular function, so it calls that function. We have the button. We have a new window. So we have a new. So when we want to open up a new window, we can open up this new window. This allows us. This reads from the sites file. We go through here, and then basically we insert what's in the, or no, actually, what is it? So with this, this is the insert that actually does this. And then when we click save down here, we have this save button. So anything that's in the text box, we clean up that text and then we write it to the sites.txt file. And then we have, you know, this little button down here. This, I do need to clean up this code quite a bit. But I don't know, this kind of gives you a vague idea of what you can do with tKinter. And again, the important thing here, the important thing here is that this shows you can create a GUI application with Python. You can have your GUI application interact with any kind of commands on the Linux operating system, and you can modify configurations for what will be going to those commands. So again, you could have this for file explorers, you could have this for troubleshooting, you could have this for penetration testing. Everybody likes the whole penetration testing crap, right? You could literally design your own penetration testing tools based off of whatever networking tools are already in Linux or that you install onto Linux. Anyways, all of that kind of stuff is here. So this is tKinter. This is tKinter. I like it so far. Relatively easy to figure out. Definitely not Django. Definitely not Django. There's some quirks. There's some quirks with the buttons and all that kind of stuff, but otherwise pretty simple. So if you have not played with tKinter, you may want to play with tKinter. I think this is going to be our default kind of user interface design for Silicon Dojo, because that's a nice thing. Like again, you don't need to set up Django. You don't need to set up a web server. You literally can just write this code and then add your Python into it. So I think we're going to be using tKinter as basically our default UI, platform or whatever for projects that we're going to be doing. And with that, call it a day. As always, if you like these kinds of videos, give us a thumbs up. If you don't like these kinds of videos, give us a thumbs up. Leave a comment, share, do the whole 9 yards. See y'all later.